Social norms can also contribute to intergroup conflict. One example is the norm of reciprocity. It dictates that we treat others as they have treated us. So, when one group competes, the other one is likely to do the same. Another example is cultural norms. Face cultures value cooperation and harmony, like religious and nonprofit organizations. Other groups, like sports teams and businesses, value competition. And in cultures of honor, aggressors are supported if they're defending their in-group's honor and dignity. Competition also plays a role in the conflict between groups. In the summer of 1954, Sharif and his colleagues conducted the Robbers Cave experiment at a state park in Oklahoma. Their goal was to identify the antecedents and consequences of conflict between two groups of adolescent boys. After they published the results, other researchers replicated their findings, creating a set of assumptions about intergroup conflict. One of the most important lessons was that competition breeds hostility. When the researchers created competition between the boys in the form of games and tasks, they became increasingly aggressive toward the other group. They made up insults and songs and snuck over to their cabin in the middle of the night to sabotage their campsite. To restore peace, the researchers created a more cooperative environment by having both groups to work together to complete tasks. One of the processes involved here is the competition for limited resources, such as food, water, and shelter. Or, in the boys' case, awards for winning and social recognition. According to the realistic group conflict theory, groups try to gain an advantage by collecting more resources, while also preventing other groups from doing the same. And sometimes groups use force to achieve this advantage, like the boys in the experiment. Another process at play is the discontinuity effect. This is the tendency for groups to be disproportionately more competitive than individuals. Consider the competition between professional sports teams versus between the players on a single team. You'll notice that intergroup competition tends to be more intense than intragroup competition. Why is this the case? One reason is, when our fellow members compete with outgroups, it encourages us to do the same. Another reason, we tend to view groups as more competitive than individuals, an expectation that can lead us to feel threatened by other groups and respond competitively. Finally, the more strongly we identify with our group, the more negatively we view other groups, and the more likely we are to compete with their members.